In order to speak English fluently, there are 4 things that you must know. These 4 things will help you speak English like a native English speaker. Are you ready? Well then, I'm teacher Tiffani. Let's jump right in. The very first thing you must know is your personal opinion. That's right, you must know how to express your personal opinion. No matter what the topic is, you should be able to organize your thoughts and give your ideas, your opinions on that topic. There's a famous quote from an individual named Christer Rasmussen. Christer said, "Do not let someone else's opinion of your dreams become your reality. Let your vision become your reality." Now, how does this apply to you as an English learner? You see, Christer was emphasizing the importance of knowing your thoughts, knowing your ideas, knowing your dreams. The same is true for you as an English learner when you're speaking about certain topics. Know your ideas. You don't want to wait for someone else to give their ideas and you just listen and don't give your own. When you know exactly what your opinion is, you'll be able to express it with confidence in English. So again, let your vision become your reality. Your opinions, your ideas will come out after you have them organized in your mind. Another quote that's very interesting is from Benjamin Proudfit. Benjamin said, "Your opinion matters, especially if it's supported by facts and observations." Now, this is something very important for you to understand as an English learner. You see, as you continue moving forward, improving your English and getting closer to that mark of speaking English fluently, you need to be able to support whatever your ideas are, to support all of your opinions. Your ideas matter. Your opinion matters, but if you're not able to support your ideas, it won't matter. So again, just like Benjamin said, know your opinion. Your opinion matters, specifically if you're able to support it. So when you know your opinion, you'll be able to support it in English. And all of this ties into being able to speak English fluently. Connor LaRoque, another quote from Connor LaRoque says, "Don't let other people's opinion of you change who you truly are. Don't let anyone take away from you who you really are." Now, this is important for you to understand. When it relates to English fluency, it's all about expressing your opinions, your ideas. This is something that when I was teaching my students in Korea, sometimes it was hard for them to understand because English is literally about you. Your ideas, what you think. Even my niece, she's 5 years old, but ever since she could talk, I would ask her all the time, "How do you feel? What did you do today? What was your favorite thing that you did today?" I wanted to know her ideas, her opinion. Now she speaks English fluently. Why? Because she understands that her opinion, her personal opinion is important. The same is true for you. Don't let anyone take away from you who you really are. English fluency is just about expressing who you really are, your ideas and your opinions in another language. You already have your own opinions in your language. Now you're expressing them in English. So number 1, you must know your personal opinion. Now, point number 2, this is very important. Learn how to tell a good story. Now, this might be a little shocking to you, but think about it. At the end of every lesson, what do? You know it's story time. Hey, right? I tell you a story. Now, you enjoy it, I'm sure, but this is also important for you to learn how to do because English fluency includes your ability to tell a story, to talk about your personal experiences. So I want to give you a few quotes that emphasize this point. Here's a quote from Rives Collins. Rives said, "Storytelling is among the oldest forms of communication. Storytelling is the commonality of all human beings in all places, in all times." This is so true. So when you, as an English learner, learn how to tell a good story in English, your communication skills will improve. Your ability to speak English fluently, come on now, it will improve. Because telling a story, this again, like Rives said, no matter where you go, human beings love stories. So when you're able to tell a story in English, your English fluency will improve. Another quote from Jimmy Neal Smith also emphasizes this point. Jimmy said, "We are all storytellers. We all live in a network of stories. There isn't a stronger connection between people than storytelling." I need you to understand this. Again, my goal is for you to speak English fluently, like me, a native English speaker. In order to speak English fluently, though, you must understand this. You must learn how to tell a good story. You're seeing now that English fluency is not just about grammar rules and words and expressions and idioms. Those things are important, but you must learn how to tell a good story, because a story connects people. And when the listener, the person you're speaking to, connects to you, they will feel like you are speaking English fluently. So learn how to tell a good story. Now, this is a Native American proverb, and it goes like this: "Tell me the facts, and I'll learn. Tell me the truth, and I'll believe. But tell me a story, and it will live in my heart forever." Should be my heart forever. It will live in my heart forever. This is so important for you to understand. Again, it should be live in my heart forever. So, when you give someone the details of a situation, that's kind of the beginner or intermediate level, just giving the facts. When you start supporting your answer, yes, that's good. You're starting to be an intermediate or upper intermediate student. But when you start telling stories, that's when you, as an advanced English speaker, start speaking English more fluently, because you connect to the heart of the person listening to you. That's why it's so important for you to learn how to tell a good story. Now, tip number 2 is also extremely important. You must accept your mistakes and keep going. This is something that I tried to emphasize so many times when I was in South Korea teaching my students. Because, as an English learner, there are times when you get really discouraged. You feel frustrated because you feel like you're not moving forward. And when you make mistakes, it's like your world comes crashing down. But something you must know, you must accept your mistakes and keep going if you want to speak English fluently. Here's a quote from Albert Einstein. You know Albert. Albert Einstein said, "Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new." Albert Einstein was basically saying, in order for you to learn more things, in order for you to do more things and move forward or progress, you have to make mistakes. So for you, your goal is to speak English fluently like a native English speaker. You have to accept the fact that you are going to make mistakes, and it's totally okay. You don't have to worry about it. Make a mistake? All right, keep going. Learn from the mistake. The next quote is from Salvador Dali, an artist. "Have no fear of perfection. You'll never reach it." Now listen very closely. What was Salvador trying to emphasize? You see, I am American. I was born in America. English is my first language, and I'm able to speak English fluently. But do I make mistakes? Do other Americans make mistakes? Did my English teacher in high school and college, those teachers, do they still make mistakes? The answer is yes. So if we as native English speakers, even we make mistakes, we don't speak English perfectly in certain situations because we're human beings. If that's true for us, you should be able to accept your mistakes. Don't worry about perfection. Instead, focus on expressing yourself, feeling confident when you speak in English. People are okay with you making mistakes. Now you have to be okay with you making mistakes as well. And this is something that's probably very shocking to hear. Do I want you to study? Do I want you to improve? Yes, but I don't want you to be stressed. I want you to release the stress, accept your mistakes. It's okay. You can do it and you can move forward and speak English with confidence. Now, George Bernard Shaw said something very interesting. He said, success does not consist in never making mistakes, but in never making the same one a second time. Now, I love this quote because it's an encouraging quote. Basically, George Bernard Shaw was saying, listen, you are going to make mistakes. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. But learn from your mistake. Accept that you made a mistake and then learn from it so you don't make the same mistake twice. And this is what I want you to understand. In order for you to speak English fluently, you have to make lots and lots and lots of mistakes. But don't make the same mistake twice. Learn from it and move forward. It's okay. This is how you become a fluent English speaker. Now, the fourth point is something I want you to truly understand. I want you to celebrate your accomplishments. There's a song from back in the day. It went, celebrate good times. Come on. It's a celebration. Now listen, this is from the 70s. The song's from the 70s. But I really want you to understand. I want you to celebrate your accomplishments. You are amazing. Listen, you understand what I'm saying right now. I'm not speaking in your native language. I'm speaking in my native language. And you understand. That is amazing. And every day, every week, every month, every year, you're accomplishing so many things. Celebrate your accomplishments. Don't forget to boost yourself up. Here's a quote from Sam Walton, you know, the Walmart guy. He said, celebrate your success and find humor in your failures. It's okay to make a mistake. It's okay to not be perfect. I remember when I was working in South Korea. It was my first time being an English teacher, and I loved teaching, but it was my first time teaching English. There's one thing to speak a language, but to teach a language to somebody else, that's totally different. So in the very beginning, I wanted to make sure everything was perfect when I was teaching in class, right? Making sure every word was written perfectly on the board. Every word that I said came out properly, no mistakes at all. But as time went on, I realized, wait a minute, I'm a human. So there would be times after I'd gotten comfortable with my students, I might have said the wrong word, right? Again, oh, sorry guys, it's this word. In the very beginning, that would have bothered me so much. But listen, everyone makes mistakes. However, as I moved forward and as I continued to teach my students, I would find humor in the failures, but then I would also celebrate, hey, today's lesson went well. My students understood even more. My students are improving. I celebrated my accomplishments as well as a teacher. And my students watched and they started celebrating their own accomplishments. Why? Because I would celebrate them as well. I say, listen, you guys are amazing. You understood what I taught today and you're improving. And I taught them the importance of celebrating their accomplishments and also finding humor in their failures. They would laugh with me. If somebody made a mistake, we'd say, okay, you know that's not right. Again, after the relationship was formed. So again, celebrate your success and find humor in your failures. It's okay. Don't be so stressed. Enjoy the process. The second quote comes from Mia Hamm, one of my favorite female soccer players. She said, celebrate what you've accomplished, but raise the bar a little higher each time you succeed. I love it. When you accomplish something, listen, pat yourself on the back, say, okay, that was good. And then push yourself harder, improve, make sure the next time you go even higher and do even better. But remember to celebrate your success. And finally, Oprah Winfrey said, the more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate. You see, this quote is so powerful because right now, Maybe you have been focusing on your mistakes. Yesterday I made a mistake when I was speaking in English. I said the wrong word. That sentence wasn't correct. You've been focusing on your mistakes so much that your mistakes are the main things in your mind. But Oprah said, listen, the more you praise, the more you focus on your accomplishments, the more you will recognize how much you are actually improving. So again, I need you to celebrate your accomplishments. These things are important for you. So remember, tip number 1, know your personal opinion. It's very important for you to know your ideas. Tip number 2, learn how to tell a good story. Tip number 3, accept your mistakes and keep going. And finally, tip number 4, celebrate your accomplishments. I believe you can do it. I believe you can speak English fluently. So I hope you continue encouraging yourself. Now remember, if you want to keep studying with me, all you have to do is go to www.dailyenglishLessons.com. I have literally organized lessons for every day of the year to help you speak English fluently and with confidence. So go to www.dailyenglishLessons.com or hit the link in the description, and I'll talk to you next time. You still there? You know what time it is. It's story time. Hey, I said it's story time. All right. Today I want to tell you a story that really means a lot to me. This story is about one of my favorite students. She was an ajumma. Ajumma just means a middle-aged woman in Korean. So when I was in South Korea, I had this one class, and the class was full of ajummas, middle-aged women, somewhere in their 40s, somewhere in their 50s, and I think 2 of them were in their late 30s. But this class was very special to me. It was a 10 a.m. class, so we had a wonderful time together. I would teach them English, we'd talk about life, and we really enjoyed each other's company. Now, the eldest woman in that class was about maybe 57. And she was a very hard worker. I loved her. I really enjoyed having her in class. She always was first in class. She would prepare. She was always excited to learn something new. The only thing was, she was really having a hard time improving her English. I was helping her as much as I possibly could, but her English just wasn't matching the level of the other students in the class. So at the end of the term, when I had to decide who was going to pass and who was going to fail, unfortunately, this ajumma was one of the students that I had to fail. Now, I loved her, I enjoyed her, but I knew her English was not at the right level for her to move to the next level. She was at the level 3 level at that time, and I couldn't let her go to level 4 because level 4 was going to be so much more difficult. So when she found out that she failed, this was her second time failing, she came to class and she said, "Tiff, I'm just going to give up." And she started crying. So I gave her a hug. I said, "No, don't give up." I said, "This is not a sign of your intelligence. This is a sign that you need to learn a little bit more." And we talked for about 30 minutes. And she was crying and I encouraged her. And I said, "Listen, when something like this happens, you have to learn from it, see how you can grow. Figure out what else you need to learn so that you can improve." And I explained that if you go to the next level, you'll be more frustrated because it will be harder. And by the end of the conversation, she had stopped crying and she looked at me and said, "Tiff, I'll try one more time." And this is a testament to her. She tried one more time and she improved. But you see, she didn't let her failure stop her from moving forward. She didn't let her lack of English at that time stop her from continuing on her English journey. She didn't look at the other individuals. She decided to continue moving forward, to take the class again, to learn more things so that she could improve. And I was so proud of her because I don't like to see anyone cry or feel bad. But I knew what her goal was. I knew that she wanted to speak English fluently, and I knew that I could help her get there, but we had to practice some more. So just like we learned today, she had to accept her mistakes. She had to accept the things that she wasn't good at that time, but she had to learn from them and move forward. And that's exactly what she did. Still to this day, I remember her, and she still remains one of my favorite students. But I want to encourage you. Maybe you've experienced the same thing. You've tried over and over and over again, and you keep making mistakes. You keep failing. I want to encourage you to keep moving forward. Don't let your mistakes, don't let your failures stop you from achieving your goals. You can do it. I believe in you. I hope you enjoyed this story, and I'll talk to you in the next lesson.